Welcome back to Backward Point Podcast, and welcome to the preview podcast of the England versus Pakistan series, a series that Backward Point will be on the ground for, at least for one test match, as we stand here right now. Today is 14th August, 2026. It also happens to be my birthday, and such is life that the day you turn 30, a milestone birthday, you're starting a new decade, you're finishing an N1, you're ending a specific decade of your life, a very definitive decade of your life, a life-changing decade of your life, you find yourself sitting across your brother doing a podcast and not celebrating and going out because work is work and pods are pods. And some people's got to tell these people what's going to happen at Headingley, at Lords, and at Birmingham. So this is why Backward Point is here recording. With me, as always, my brother, my co-host, Bashar Sayyid. Bashar, what's going to happen?
Happy birthday, buddy. Like, this is the dedication, the
bro.
sacrifice you need to make in order to have a successful podcast.
Here I am.
Grinding it out.
Are
you one?
Crushing
Are
tape.
you two?
Let's stop right there. We don't need to go.
Are you 30?
We don't need to go that far.
Do you know that you're older than Rashid Khan? On paper.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've achieved more than he has in life. Wickets aside, I feel like we're on par on much of life's experiences. Let's just say that.
What's crazy though is, like, you mentioned me sitting across of you, but just a few days ago, it wasn't me sitting here. It was legendary Pakistan batter Mohammad Yousaf, arguably top 5 Pakistan batters of all time, if not top 4, top 3.
Yeah, especially Test. There's no arguing there, I would say.
And so, if you're watching this, the podcast with Mohammad Yousaf is dropping on Monday in partnership with the MTJ Foundation. But it's just so crazy that we started this podcast from a library in Pickering, Ontario.
Yeah.
And fast forward 5 years, 6 years, that we were able to have a chat with the Mohammad Yousaf, who we grew up watching. Like, it was just so surreal that he was here in studio and we had a chance to pick his brain, ask him questions, and have an engaging conversation.
It was also extremely humbling to explain ourselves. Like, yeah, podcast abhi se kar rahe hain kya? You know, all the
Mohammad Yousaf testing your knowledge. He's like, आपके podcast का नाम backward point है? किधर है backward point?
Yeah, he was trying to see.
वो point के पीछे है. अच्छा, हाँ, ठीक.
And मैंने आपका podcast देखा है. शुरू के 2 मिनट उस्मान तारिक. अच्छा, तू देखा क्या आपने? 2 मिनट में तो इंटरव्यू होता है सिर्फ. But yeah, one of those.
Like, our childhood was watching Yunus Khan, Mohammad Yousaf, Inzamam Haq. Like, that is one of my
3, 4, 5
oldest memories of watching Pakistan Test cricket. And one of my core memories is seeing Yousaf score 1,788 runs in 06.
2006. How old were you when that happened? You were 8?
I was 8.
I was 11. So you're 10. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And also that Pakistan tour of England in 06.
Yeah.
Where he scored a century, double century in Leeds, double century at Lords.
Lords, yeah.
What a year, man.
Run machine. Yeah, that pod drops on Monday.
But if you're a patron, it's already out.
It's already out. So this is a really good time for you guys to join the Patreon account. The links are in the description below. There's a direct link to join our group chat, our exclusive group chat, our 50-member group chat. You can do that. The Patreon also lets you get exclusive access to other aspects of our backward pointness. Also, we're doing a Patreon exclusive dinner sometime in London. We haven't decided exactly where and when. But if you join the Patreon, you'll have access to that and come hang out with us for an evening. It'll be great. Bashar, I'm trying to think about this on record. We should do a backward point meetup in London. This seems like a logical thing to do. I was talking to a friend of ours that is also a huge YouTuber, and he told us that it'll be actually criminal not to do that. So even though we're doing a Patreon specific event, maybe we should do something that is everybody.
Look, if you're coming to watch the match at Lords, there's going to be a lot of informal meetups.
Yes, but I'm talking about like a backward point. Is chai ke dhaabe pe poncho sab. We're gonna hang out. What do you think about that? Something to discuss?
I think we should explore that.
Yeah, because we did it in Dubai.
We did it, but I just don't think that was the best planned meetup.
Yeah, we should do it.
We got the location wrong. We didn't know that there was some construction happening at the Mall of Emirates.
Yeah, you know what we'll do? I'll drop in a story tonight and see if we get any people who would want to host us on their cafes and then use that as a point of meetup. How do you think about that?
I'd love it.
Okay. So we'll work on that. If you guys are in the UK, if you guys are specifically in London in the next 2 weeks, please leave us a comment. Let us know where you will be. If there's any spots that you guys think we should explore while we're there, any meetup points for said backward point meetup, we would love to explore all that. We'll be at Lord's, inshallah, for all the days, all 4 days, because I don't think it's gonna go into the 5th. If it goes to the 4th, it's gonna be interesting as well. My cousin was like, "Yo, you guys are gonna be busy all 5 days. Like, what's the point of me coming?" Because he's flying in from Germany. I'm like, bro, if it goes to day 5, Pakistan is winning. Like, you just know that. So it's gonna be one of those. This is a good segue into Bashar. The last time we were in the UK was 2019, and it was the ODI World Cup, one of the more classic World Cups, I would say, one of the best World Cups in my opinion as well. Definitely one of the best finals of all time. And that was a very different tour that we were on. We went to Birmingham, Edgbaston. We saw the famous Babar century against New Zealand. We watched Pakistan versus South Africa, where Haris Sohail, of all people, your favorite, had I think a match-winning innings there. Just what do you remember from that tour, and then what are your expectations from this?
I remember we booked those tickets to the UK in 2018. We were both students. We just scraped enough money to buy our airfare, get some dodgy Airbnbs there. And I remember before we were going to England, Pakistan had just lost to Australia and then India. And so everybody we met here in our family, in our friend circle.
And West Indies, I believe.
I'm sorry?
And West Indies.
And West Indies, yes.
Yes.
They were like, "Oh, why are you guys going there? It's a waste of money." Uncles were like, "Beta, jo match ka maza na TV dekhne ka hai na,
Yeah.
ground mein nahi hai wo."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Have you ever watched a match at
Yeah.
Lord's, Uncle Ji?" And so, despite all that chatter around us, we took the leap of faith. I had just started an internship, and I took a week off right after starting. And we went there. It was arguably one of the highlights of my entire life so far.
And what happened when we went to Bashar? Pakistan won 4 straight.
Pakistan won 4 straight. They beat South Africa at Lords. They beat New Zealand at Edgbaston. They beat Afghanistan and Bangladesh. They went on a pretty good run. And I think it really turned around Pakistan's, results and the feelings of fans of how that World Cup went for us.
Yeah. We were one rain out away. Basically, the game against Sri Lanka got rained out. If Pakistan had played that game and won that game, Pakistan would have been number 4.
And they beat both World
the
Cup
finalists.
finalists.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I loved watching a match at Lords. I grew up watching cricket there. It's such a historic ground. And then we watched Babar's iconic century against New Zealand, probably his best knock so far. So a lot of fond memories. We met Irfan Junejo. We became friends with Irfan Junejo
Yes.
at that Birmingham
Yeah,
match.
yeah. Shout out. That's where I met him first. And now he's a really good friend of ours. He was at my wedding. So that's literally a turn of events. So what we're trying to say is that at least when it comes to England, we have been a good luck charm. And that is something we are going to take with us to England during this series, because we have a lot of data, a lot of points on when the last time Pakistan won a series in England. And people are going to be facetious in the comments. Our Indian friends are going to make fun of us. Hey, these guys are always selling copium and hopium and all that stuff. But if there ever was a chance, if there ever was even a glimmer of a hope that Pakistan may have the chance to do 2-1, now I'm not saying 3-0, I'm saying 2-1. It is literally right now. In this moment. On the 19th is the first chance that Pakistan has, from the momentum that they have, from beating West Indies in Port of Spain, taking that momentum, drawing that series, moving forward, winning a game after 3 years, after 8 test matches away, finally getting the taste of what it takes to actually win, and sort of finding a formula. This is the best chance for them to do a 2-1.
Yeah, typically on this podcast, you're the one known to be the delusional guy, and I'm less delusional, but I'm with you on this one. I think this is one of the best chances Pakistan has ever had in terms of going out there and beating a series against England. And I'm saying this just because of the England story that's building up here, right? So England has lost probably their best all-rounder in the last 15 years in Ben Stokes, not just as a player, but as a captain. They've sacked their test coach in Brendan McCullum, and their new test head coach, Fleming, is not joining them until their winter tour to South Africa.
So they're going coachless?
They're going with an interim coach in Marcus Trescothick. And they've gone back to Joe Root as a test captain, who said last that he did not have a healthy relationship with England test captaincy. And I was thinking about this. There's a lot of parallels right now between England cricket and Pakistan cricket. England having a new coach in Fleming, Pakistan a new coach in Sarfraz. England going back to Joe Root, Pakistan going back to Babar Azam, and just both teams in shambles.
And wow, I let him get England team, babe. That's the vibe that they're projecting. No, but you're absolutely right. Like, I've never seen a down and dumps team since pre-Vaughan. I would say pre Matthew Vaughn,
Michael Vaughn.
Michael Vaughn. Every time, man. Every time. Matthew Vaughn is the guy who directed the X-Men movies. And then I have Michael Vaughn here. Yeah, pre Michael Vaughn. I think they were. This is how bad it looks. Like it looks like Hoggard days, man. It looks like Hoggard Harmison days. When they just had Freddie Flintoff literally taking this team on his shoulders, being absolutely smushed by the weight of being the only guy. And now, like it's speaking of like what Mash would say, it's a series of the down bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, England right now are number 7 on the WTC points table, and Pakistan are number 8. And the percentage points difference is like 0.2. So it really is one of the worst teams in this current WTC cycle.
But all to play for pride, for glory, for the sake of like the Fab Five, as we like to call it, if that even exists. Two of them already retiring actually. Definitely the new Fab Four does have a space for Babar, I would say. Let's talk about the lore of this English team. Why this team is beatable. Why Pakistan can find inroads. If they have a few good sessions, they can make a huge dent. And one brings two. If they find themselves in a winning position at Headingley, I would bet a lot of money that they would pull one of Birmingham or one of Lords. One thing that is very important that we are forgetting is that the crowds in that part of the world are going to be very pro-Pakistan. I know a lot of people, not just us, that are traveling from all around the world to UK. It's very close proximity to the American Pakistanis that are just across the pond, to us, the Canadian Pakistanis, to people in the UK plus Europe already, who are crazy fanatics. We saw during the West Indies series a crazy fan, Hamza Bhatti. He listened to the podcast. Shout out. He flew to Florida. He was there with us, and that's where we met. And he was also in the West Indies supporting Pakistan there. One of the few people that were there. Fans like him will fly around everywhere to come at least to the Lord's match, which, as you and I understand, is already sold out. All 3 days.
At day 1 to 3, yeah.
1 to 3 are sold out, which is probably the main days of any action happening. So there's already a lot of vigor, a lot of excitement, and a lot of that momentum will be shifted towards Pakistan. So Pakistan will have not a home advantage, but they will definitely feel a lot more welcome than any other part of the world.
Yeah, I think if there's any place outside of Pakistan where Pakistan gets the most support, it's England, right? Maybe the UAE is a close second, but it's gonna be a lot of homecoming vibes.
Yeah,
and there's some players going to England for the first time. Some are going there on their second or third tours.
Some literally live there. Mohammad Abbas, this man has 900 plus or 800 plus first class wickets, and like 600 of them are there.
Yeah,
so
he is a county veteran.
So all eyes are going to be on him as well. Let's see, Bashar, you started a head-to-head for Pakistan. Explain to me these stats.
Yeah, let's start off with, okay, first of all, there's 3 tests happening. First one at Leeds, second test at Lords, which will be there in person. Third test at Edgbaston, Birmingham.
Huge gap between Lords and Edgbaston.
I know, I was just going to say.
Letting the lads chill in London a bit.
So Lords test ends on August 31st, and the third test at Edgbaston starts September 9th. So about a 8 or 9 day gap. But the thing is, like everywhere in the UK, you travel by bus. So once you're in the UK, you're not flying anywhere. You're taking the bus everywhere. Yeah. So
that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, travel days
probably extra days in London. Probably just letting the family chill. London is the hot spot, so most likely there.
Yeah, and I was looking at the overall numbers between Pakistan and England. So Pakistan and England since 1954 have played 92 test matches. Pakistan has won 23. Pakistan has lost 30, and there's been 39 draws. So, I mean, not too bad. Kind of respectable. Winning 23, losing 30. And then Pakistan's record in England is that they've played 56 matches. They've won 12, and they've lost 24, and there's been 20 draws.
Yeah. Can you tell me again when the last time was that Pakistan won a series?
1996.
The year that I was born, 30 years, 3-0. What can I say? Every time it comes back to how it's my birthday and I'm sitting here.
And then before that, it was 1992.
The year of the World Cup.
Rashid Khan was born.
Okay.
Officially. Come on. I mean, hasn't he said that his earliest memories are of the 92 World Cup?
He was there? He was there. Yeah, so it's been a while since Pakistan has secured a series win there. They did in 2016 go there and drew the series. Bashar, what happened in 2020? Do you remind me? What
Yeah, so
Pakistan-
this was the COVID tour,
Yeah.
and Pakistan lost, I believe, 1-0, and the other two games were drawn.
So respectable, I would say. Lost the series is horrible, but
2016, Pakistan went.
2-2.
There was a 2-2 draw. 2018, 1-1 draw. There was one draw there. The one test match draw.
so Pakistan has been able to go to the UK and keep its hold its own.
They have. They've been able to hold their own, yes.
Yep. And with the way that basketball is dead, but the remnants will still be felt. And I believe that even though Ben Stokes is no longer helming the captaincy, I still think they will go for results. And I doubt that they will see. It'll be very tough for me to accept a draw with the way that these pitches are shaping up. And England itself is just notorious to having results done. There's going to be a result in the series. It's not going to be like a 1-1 draw per se. So, which begs me to go back to the point of the thesis of this podcast, which is that Pakistan, this is the best chance you guys have to actually go there and secure a series win.
What I'm curious to see is, so back when basketball was a thing, right? So what England needed to succeed in basketball was flat decks. So they can score 400, 500, score at a high rate. How does England now prepare their pitches to beat Pakistan? Do they go back to old school English cricket where they have seaming tracks and they sort of pace out Pakistan? Because if you give them any sort of dry conditions, any flat decks, Pakistan then has a way to come back into the fold.
I think that would be the way to do it. I think that's what West Indies did in the first test, and they found success. And in the second test, they weren't able to do that, and Pakistan spun their way out of it and won that test. I think you'll have to give them the English conditions that England is known for, as opposed to trying to make anything. If they make it flat, it'll be game on for Pakistan. And that's like, a lot of Pakistani batters are red hot form. Abdullah Shafiq, Azan Awais, Babar Azam, Shan Masood, even though he broke his finger, he just scored a century in West Indies. But these guys are going to look for anything that's like remotely dud and just go after it, which is great chance for Pakistan. At the same time, for England, I don't think that'll be the way for them to win the test match or any test matches.
They are going with a high-paced bowling attack. They've called back Bryden Cars. I think he was injured. Jofra Archer is there. Gus Atkinson. All these guys bowl over 140 clicks.
Oh, Ollie Robinson.
Ollie Robinson is back, so he brings in that like control, line length, seaming conditions. And then they've also got Josh Tongue, who bowls high pace, has a bit of a different angle than everybody else. Matthew Fisher, decent county bowler. Sam Cook is there as well. And then they've got, I believe, just the one spinner and Shoaib Bashir. So I guess looking at their bowling attack, they will go pace heavy.
They have to. They have no choice. They don't have anybody except for Shoaib Bashir. Shoaib Bashir, I still think
he's 22. He's very young. He's still learning on the job.
He's played a lot of tests already, I would say, for his age. But he's not going to spearhead your spin attack.
Man for man, Shoaib Bashir versus Sajid Khan.
Sajid Khan.
Saj.
It's the battle of the Pakistanis, actually, low-key. But he's not the guy yet. He needs some time to cook. And so they were going to go pace heavy, which comes back to Pakistan's pace attack, which has not been the worst, especially with Mohammad Abbas in there in English conditions. This is what we've hoped for. This is what we wanted to see for years. And it's here now. And there's no way you drop him for any single test. Give him all 3 tests. Let him cook. Let's see what happens.
He was born for these conditions.
If he's not player of the series or has the most wickets in the series, this was all for nothing. What are we doing here?
And you know what else I think? I think Abbas will be extremely critical because I watched that last series between New Zealand and England. And the way that New Zealand bowlers trapped a lot of English batsmen is when they were bowling medium pace, so Matt Henry, and the keeper was up. So we need Rizwan to be at his best keeping game, keeping up to the stump so that the batsmen stay within the crease, so that Abbas can have the best chance of nipping them out, bowled LBW.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And
Trap them on the crease.
Trap them on the crease. Honestly, Rizwan could come up to a lot of these Pakistani bowlers. It doesn't only have to be Abbas. But I'm interested to see, because the hype is there. He's taken so many wickets in English conditions. He knows what he wants to do and he knows how he's going to do it. Let him cook. I'm here for 3 tests. I'm here for 6 innings. Let's see what happens. Now my question remains in the batting department for Pakistan a little bit.
I think Abbas needs more support in the bowling department. Like he can't just
do
be a one-man show. And like the more that I'm seeing Ubaid Shah ball in the side match here and the test match in West Indies, I think he needs more time to cook. Because he doesn't have anything X factor that was promised. His pace is high 130s, mid 130s. his line and length wavered. Either he's bowling too full, too short, too straight, too wide. And I'm not sure if he's the one that starts in this series for Pakistan. So we should have Abbas with Khurram Shahzad and
Daisy.
Muhammad Ali. And then if you want a fourth pacer, we might be able to look into Amr Jamal.
Amr Jamal. Can you play Amr Jamal and Sajid Khan in the same game? Who sits out?
I think you can.
Can you?
What's going to happen then is though Amr Jamal bats at like number 7.
Yeah.
Which ideally is not the best because we've seen in the recent past that Amr Jamal's batting has dipped.
Yeah.
His technique is a bit flawed.
Sajid
now.
is good at 8.
Yeah, Sajid is decent at 8. Yeah.
So you basically technically back to 8. Even if Amr Jamal can hold his own for a bit. We'll come to the 11. The next question that comes to my mind for Pakistan is the batting. And the second thing that comes after that, like 1A, 1B, is will Babar finally score the century that we're looking for?
But even before that, 1.1A, I guess,
Point 1A.
is Babar fit. Because he was carrying an injury on his hand in the second test match against West Indies. We saw him travel with some sort of taping on his hand. And then just today, as we record this podcast, he was hit in the same right hand.
Nasty.
While batting.
Nasty.
And he dropped his bat. He was screaming.
He said some
pain.
Mughallaziyat, as they say in Urdu. And some Fay wali gali, I would say.
Yeah.
Quite loudly. There were some fans in the stands who recorded it. And that was loud. It probably stung a lot. It probably hurt a lot.
Babar hasn't had the best history of getting injured in his hands.
You're so absolutely right because the last time that Babar played Test cricket in England, Ben Stokes broke his arm.
No, that was the tour before.
The tour before that. Ben Stokes
2018
did break his arm. And that he was looking so good.
He was on 66.
Yeah.
Not out at Lord's.
Yeah. And so we have hopes that'll happen. Now, we do have, I don't know if this is breaking news or whatever, but there is a Patreon member in our Patreon group chat. It was Hamza? Can we say the name?
Never reveal your sources.
Never reveal our sources, but we can't.
But yes, Hamza from Selco.
I love that. I won't say who, but he apparently knows some people in the team, in the squad. And he was talking to them and he asked about Babar. And they said that Babar did get injured. It did sting a little bit. He did not apparently hit the finger that was injured previously, but it was the finger beside that one. It was close by. He's taking the rest for the next few days. He might ice it, just make sure that he's good for the first test. But it's not a series threatening injury. It's just rest for the next few days type thing. And I think with the PCB press release that came out, I think today, it was similar vibes. Like, hey,
they said that he's going to join the team's practice session on the 17th at Headingley.
Yeah, so that gives him about three days to recover. And if it's like a sting, you can ice that. You can heat cold it. It should be okay. I'm hoping in 3 to 4 days.
Shan Masood also seems to be having a miraculous recovery because we saw him doing some net sessions.
Did he play the side match?
I don't think he played, but I'm just shocked because if he actually had a fracture takes about 4 to 6 weeks to recover. I fractured 2 of my fingers, my pinky and my thumb, and both I was in a cast for my thumb. I was in a splint on my pinky, and it took me 4 to 6 weeks to recover.
Yeah, but lekin aap Shan Masood thodi. Shazza told him that Shan Masood spends what $1 million on his body, like LeBron James, or something like that. Some crazy number.
50K.
50K. It's, you know what? I'll take that. $1 million rupees on his body. Million rupees on his body. So this guy's extremely fit, and if you're extremely fit, you're just bones. I guess he'll a lot quicker than it. Maybe the hairline was very, very thin, very barik, as they say. And so yeah, 2-3 weeks. He didn't play the second test. He was out. It's been a month actually, if you think about it. So 4 weeks sounds about right. Maybe he'll play it through a little bit of a injury through the first test, and by the second test, he should be okay. That's what I'm thinking.
Because if Sean comes, then I'm more confident in our batting.
Yeah, me too.
Versus Imam being there up top.
Yeah, Imam got out to Bashir in the test match, in the side match, and I was like, "Did you see how he got out?
No.
Going back for trying to cut it, edged. Goodbye on 30s. So it's definitely a boost if Sean does come back to the 11. I wonder. So the batting is pretty much set. If you wanted to build a Pakistan 11, what it would look like?
So are we thinking that Sean is fit?
Sean is fit. Everyone's fit.
If Sean is fit, then my top 3 is Azan Owais, Sean Masood, Dullah Shafiq.
I would switch that, wouldn't I?
Here's my hot take. I think you protect Dullah from the brand new ball, right? I know he's coming back from being dropped.
The problem is also that at number 3, both Sean and Abdul have scored a century.
I think historically, 2 batters who are left-hander have done better as openers. think of Hayden and Langer. There's also a time where I think Gambhir and some other from England, in India was also opening.
Okay.
Historically, two lefties opening in Test cricket have been more impactful. Sorry, Strauss and Cook back in their day.
Okay.
So I would have Sean and Azan open.
Okay. So you
Right?
would have that.
Let
just for
Abdullah
that.
Cook at number 3.
Okay.
Just score a century there. Protect him from the moving ball, the new ball. If he comes in the first over, that's fine.
Yeah.
But just give him a few overs for the ball to get old.
So okay, 4 Babar, 5 Rizwan. Is that how it is?
5 Agha, 6 Rizwan.
6 Rizwan, 7 Amir Jamal, 8 Sajid, 9 Daisy, 10 Abbas, 11 Khurram Shahzad.
Yeah, that's probably what I do.
I think that's the team I would play as well. I think that's a really good team actually. Now that I think about it, you have all your bases covered. Agha actually bowled a few 6 overs in the side match, so he can give you a second spinning option if you need it. Sajid is there. Yeah, you got 4 pacers. Yeah, that's balanced. You have all your bases covered. Why not? I would go with that. But I would take Azan Awais out of slips because that guy's horrible there.
Really?
He has no idea what he's doing. Yeah, have you not seen his drop catches? Dollies, 2 of them.
Yeah.
So no Azan Awais in slips. Put Agha and Babar in there. And if Babar ki ungli is not if it's not the best thing, maybe don't even put Babar in there. Like I don't know, put somebody else.
I just think like fielding at slips is a specialist position, so you can't just put a random person there.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe they're trying to develop Azan Awais as the first slip person.
Yeah, but
because if you remember, like Yunus Khan was our second slip guy.
Yeah,
Enzi was the first slip guy. So that was their entire position, their whole careers.
Yep. Yeah, but I don't know. Azan Awais needs some more work with some nets.
So my only reservation with this playing 11 is Amir Jawad at number 7. I think that makes our batting a bit thin because just that first test match he played against West Indies, he got out on 2 straight balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ball, it wasn't a spectacular ball. It was a straight ball. He missed it. Bowled and then LBW.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. If he does flop in the first game, that we're back and thinking, oh, maybe Amir Jawad is not the best option. Maybe you shorten our bowling and play an extra batter.
Who would that batter be?
I think you Yousaf, because you can't drop him after just one test match. Mm-hmm. That would be bad for his confidence. I think if you rest him for a better team combination in Amir Jawad, that's fine. But if you're telling him you're dropped, then that's bad for his confidence.
Yeah, I think he has, like, he does have some space in this team. Maybe not at the first test match. I would say go guns a-blazing with the first test match. Do your best. Maybe if you get a W and you can experiment in the second and third with Azan Awais. Was it Yousaf? But yeah, I think the formation that you and I just talked about, that's the one I would go for in Headingley.
There's also another random thing you can do if you don't play Amir Jamal. You bring in Sochikit at number 5. Push Agha and Rizwan down. That way you have a little more depth in your batting.
That not too many lefties in your team now? 3 in the top 5?
I think it's a good balance actually. So Azan, Sean are lefties, then Abdullah's righty, Babar righty, and then Saud lefty, and then Rizwan and
Saud lefty was his MGM name, by the way.
Table name.
Target killer name. Table name, yes. Saud lefty. Okay, so I don't hate it. If you want to, but then
this is also assuming that England is going to make a seaming track because they've only picked one specialist spinner. So you can't expect them to have a rank turner there, right?
You gotta read between the lines. Like they wouldn't do that themselves. Like if they have a rank turner, who's gonna bowl Joe Root? He has test wickets, but like, come on, are we really gonna do that? Okay, so what else we got? We got Bob Razum fit. Okay, so let's end the podcast with some predictions. We've talked about how this is Pakistan's. Is this the end or no?
I want to talk a little bit more about just recent form. So Pakistan is coming off of a whitewash from Bangladesh, and they've just drawn a series against West Indies.
Well, Bangladesh, as you and I both understand, are doing okay.
Respectfully,
yeah.
Since the start of last year, Pakistan has won 3, lost 6. England, on the other hand, are coming off of an Ashes loss and a 2-1 series loss against New Zealand in England. They've won 5 and lost 8, drawn 1 since the start of last year. And they've also made some changes in their squad. So Jacob Bethel has been ruled out due to a knee injury. He's going to miss the entire series. They've called Ollie Pope back.
Yeah, Ollie Pope.
Sorry, I was missing the Ollies.
Too many Ollies.
Jordan Cox is to bat at number 3. And they've also recalled Dan Lawrence, who has had a stellar county championship. He's the second highest run scorer, and he's going to bat number 6. But England don't have a like-for-like replacement of Ben Stokes. You can't replace
Nobody
Ben
does.
Stokes, right?
Yeah.
A guy who bats in the top 6 and can ball 20 overs a day, you can't find it. But they are prepping Sam Curran to come back for the 3rd test match. So if he comes back, they will look to develop him as the Ben Stokes replacement for the Ashes next year.
And Sam Curran is the guy. Like, he was the guy who was behind the 2022 T20 win. He's been a globetrotter in the circuits of the leagues. But this guy, if he wants to put some serious numbers for England in test matches, this is the time to start developing. You did mention Bangladesh, which I would be remiss to not mention that, that Bangladesh right now is leading 211 runs against Australia. They have scored 409 for 8, with Mehdi Miraz at 58 not out, and Taskin Ahmed holding his own at 11.
Will we see an innings defeat Bangladesh? Or are the conditions getting favorable to bat on now?
Yeah, I have not seen this test match as much as I would like to. While I'm editing this podcast, I will be watching it outside. But it's definitely, things are happening. So if Bangladesh can beat Australia in Australia, as it is happening, as it is being foretold right now, then man, come on, Pakistan has a chance. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying for you guys. But I could be completely wrong. By the time this podcast comes out, Bangladesh is like, Australia scored 500 runs in 3 sessions and it's over. Like, Australia has the capacity to be absolutely lethal when they need to be. I just think that if you have a down and depleted Australia that is old and, burnt out, and it's the start of what apparently a 20 test match season for them, then why not Pakistan, who can also take an England down that is burnt out, just absolutely trashed. They're going back and forth and not having to figure out exactly who they are. Their identity is completely lost. Pakistan, who also is similarly identity lost, is a bit more stable right now, less crazy, less chaotic, insane to believe, but that's the case. Can capitalize, can pounce on a depleted English team, and just bring it back from 1996.
What are your predictions for the series? I think it should be 2-1 Pakistan.
Right.
I think it should be.
I want to go,
but it's going to be 2-1 England.
I want to be a bit more. I want to go a bit more deeper. So 2-1, right? You're saying 2-1 Pakistan. It should be which 2 games are Pakistan securing?
I think Lords for sure, because Pakistan historically has had a good record at Lords. They've won in 2018, 2016, the last 2 tests that have been played there. And I was looking at some matches that happened at the 100 at Lords, and it's become a bit more batting friendly. I think the curators, since the first test match between England and New Zealand that happened there, that finished in 2.5 days, they've worked on that pitch and they've made it a bit more batting friendly. So if we get a pitch where Pakistan can score some runs and Abbas can nip the ball around, that could be a W. And then, come on, edge Basson.
So you're saying Pakistan lose the first one but win the next 2? Much like 2019?
They could. It's a possibility. Look, Aqib Javed is expecting a 3-0 whitewash because he's gotten his 1 test match win amongst the 5 at Port of Spain.
You think he was like reverse psychologying us and he was actually like, I'm going to say 1, but you guys are going to get like 3?
I mean, he's trying to have the expectations, the bar down low.
Aqib chess, AC.
3D chess?
3D chess, Aqib chess. Wow. Okay, so I think...
Aqib's Gambit.
Aqib's Gambit. I think it's going to be 2-1 too. I agree with
2-1-2?
2-1 as well. 2-1-2. I think it's something. This is what I'm thinking. It's 2-1 for Pakistan. I think that's generally, but it's Headingley and Birmingham that Pakistan win,
and they lose at Lords.
And they lose at Lords. I think so.
Watch it be 3-0 England.
It'll be hilarious.
That would be the most Pakistan thing ever. I can't wait for Pakistan to be like in winning position in all 3 matches and just bottle it.
Oh yeah.
Or like a batting collapse. Mm-hmm. Or like their tail ender scoring 200 runs.
Even in the side match, they scored 100 runs on the last 2 wickets.
There we go.
So it is going to be tough. We will be following. The Australia-Bangladesh news out of Darwin right now is absolutely phenomenal. It's something that I'm going to be tuned into. The meltdown for... Have you seen the meltdown at the Great Cricketer?
I did, yeah.
They're like literally in like Chilli Bharbani right now. And they're like finding a way to like make sense of all of this. And you know what? It happened. Cricket humbles everyone. It humbled us in Bangladesh. India just got humbled by Ireland and whatnot. And now it's Australia's turn. It is the turning of the tide. The new world order is at the precipice as the old world order crumbles. Is this the end of the big 3? maybe.
हर उरूज का सवाल आता है लेकिन सवाल ही कि उरूज कौन है?
God behind.